Can we see? All right, all right, all right. Assalamu alaikum. What's going on? How's the fam? How's everybody? You
Peace and
already know.
blessings, fam.
It is Thinking Thursday.
That's
It is
right.
Thinking Thursday once again,
Yes,
where
it
we
is.
get to come together and think about some things.
All right, all right.
Okay, we get to come together and think about some things. We got a special guest today. You're not going to believe it. The positivity queen is in the building, y'all.
All right.
That's right. The positivity queen is in the building, you know. So all praise is due to Allah for that. We appreciate you all tuning in with us, being with us. But you already know how we get down. We got to wake you up on this Thinking Thursday. All right, so we're going to play a little theme music. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
All right.
Yeah, just a little bit. Come on. I know y'all like it's early in the morning.
Where you at?
Oh, YouTube. You know, I have to go to YouTube, get the link. All right. Wake up. All right. And you already know you here live with Mind Spark Creations. You here live with Mind Spark Creations. I am your brother, Brother Dawu, a.k.a. Brother Carthrell. And this is my beloved wife, my co-host, my beautiful queen, Sister Natalie, a.k.a. Nafiza Ali, the queen of rap.
That's
My
right.
son to be joining us momentarily. That's Brother Jami. He don't have no other name. That's who he is. He's Jami Khalifa. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Well, family, you already know how we do it. You already know how we do it. We're going to make a few announcements. And in those announcements, we want you to go ahead and support what we're saying. Number one thing that we want you to support is the baddest, boldest, coldest newspaper on the planet Earth. And that is the Final Call newspaper. That's right. We saving lives one paper at a time. You know what I mean? How you know that, brother? Because that newspaper saved my life almost 30 years ago. I just read the back page of the Final Call and it sent me on my journey to transformation. So family, if you don't have your Final Call every week, this is a good opportunity, family, for you to adopt a Muslim. That's right. Adopt you a Muslim. You know, get with that beautiful brother or sister that you know that have the Final Call newspaper and let them know that you want to get your paper every week, unbought, uncompromised, true news that we can truly use, talking about the condition of black people here and all around the world and things that's going on in the world, unbought, uncompromised. I love to say that. This ain't fake news, okay? That's what I'm talking about. So you gonna make sure you get your paper every week. But if you're somewhere where you don't know no Muslims, that's okay because we got a digital edition. So you can get yours at www.finalcalldigital.com. That's www.finalcalldigital.com. So you can get it there. We definitely ask that you would go ahead and support that newspaper because I'm telling you, it's waking up minds one paper at a time. All right, all praises to due to Allah for that. And also, family, you know we have our product of the week and the product of this week. The product of this week, we didn't make one. My wife brought one. So we're going to make this the product of the week. And that is them whip shea butters by Paisley Nepal, our beautiful sister Jeanette and the fam over there. This is a family operated black owned business. They even make their own oils and everything. This body butter is off the chain. It's not greasy, but it does the job that it needs to do. They make their own oil mixture to put in here, all organic, all natural. You can actually pick that up on Etsy. Just look for that name right there. Paisley Nepal. beautiful products by beautiful people. You know what I mean?
That's right. Excellent product. Excellent.
All right, all right, all right. Anything else you want to mention? Any other thing?
I love you guys. Welcome to Thinking
All
Thursday.
right, all right, all right. Okay, all right, family. Well, we appreciate you all tuning in with us all the time, all the time. We really do appreciate it because you could have been anywhere and everywhere. But we thank you for being right here with us. Whether you hear us now or you hear us in the future, we really do appreciate your
That's
support. And one of the best ways that you can support us is that you can share this across your social media. If you find value in this and you know this is something that people need to hear, please share it with your crew. Let them know to listen to this show. We are available almost anywhere that podcasting is going on. So if you're Googling, if you're Appling, whatever you're doing, if you Pandoring, you know, we there. Just look for Vine Spark Creations and go ahead on and follow us, okay? Follow us because we try to definitely bring value to each and every person that hears this podcast. Well, family, we got a very special guest. What?
I think she froze.
Did you, Sister Queen, you
I'm
there
here.
with us?
I'm here.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
I think you that froze on us.
No, just your picture.
Your picture, we can't see you. Did you? Oh, you got your. I can see her right here.
Okay, well, let's roll.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Well, fam, we got a very special guest today. We got our sister, the Positivity Queen,
Yeah.
the founder of Invested Teas. And we're going to be talking with her about her product line, family. I'm telling you, she got some great shirts. I love that one. She going to tell you a little bit about it. What is it? What is it? Joy the Diamonds. I love that. Enjoy the Diamonds. Make me think of that Janet Jackson song.
Which one?
Diamonds, our girl's best friend.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you didn't think I knew that. You see how she tried to catch me up? You see how she tried to catch me up?
Which one?
She didn't think I knew that.
I definitely want to welcome you, Sister Waisha. It is truly a pleasure and our honor to have you on the show. One of the things that Mind Spark Creations, our business, what we do is we help to promote other Black businesses. We want to see us out front. We want to see us winning, right? Because we're living in an hour where this is our time. And what you bring to the table is such a beautiful message. And we're going to get into it and talk about it for a little bit because it's these types of things that keeps us moving forward, right? And if we're not moving forward, we're stagnant or we're falling behind. And that's not an option in 2021.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes, sir. You can check it out. So yes, for 2021. So what we would like to do, of course, we can read your bio and say what we know, but we really would like to just open up with you, sharing a little bit about who you are, what it is that you do, and why you do it.
All right. Good morning, everybody. My name is Waisha Bryant. I'm also known as the Positivity Queen. I specialize in helping people develop their mindset because without the health of your mind, you don't get to enjoy the wealth in your hands. So a lot of people, they have this perception that you're going to get rich. You've ever noticed that someone asks someone that's rich, how did they get this money? And they can't really tell you why because they can't leave out the mindset. The mindset, without all of that, you can't have all of the abundance that you have in life. And I'm from Detroit. My neighborhood that I lived in, if you look around, there's abandoned houses, constant, continuous violence. And you have to have a mindset that says, I don't have to be here despite the fact that I'm here. Right. So if you don't develop a healthy mindset, you'll never get out of the hood. You'll never get away. You'll feel like you're drawn into it. So my page is specialized towards having a healthy mind towards what you would like to do. And Invested Teas Co. is more like investing in your mind. Okay. So that was the origins on that one. I'm 33 years old. No kids. So my mindset for that was, I want to be able to take care of them. So if I don't have the right mindset, I won't be able to take care of them. So, um, I'm ready for your rapid fire questions. I'm really ready.
We got some
I'm
rapid
prepared.
fire.
Well, you know what? Let me just say that about, having the right mindset for the babies. The children are gifts from God,
Mhm.
and we
Yes,
should have the right mindset. We should want to have the right mindset because not only are we raising children, but we are raising God's children.
That's
yep,
And we have to do that with purpose,
exactly.
and having a positive and the right mindset, is extremely important. The hand that rocks the cradle rules the world.
right.
And we can look at our mindset in our communities and see what we're thinking. And because,
Exactly.
that's not satisfactory, then we really do have to change the mindset. Please excuse my seat. The couch is just so much more comfortable than that chair for me right
I
now.
understand. I understand.
But I'm here kind of like back here. God willing, our space is going to be expanding real soon, and
Mhm.
we'll be able to make some other arrangements. But I am here, and I just wanted to, speak on that because when I saw that movie, "The Hand That Rocks the Cradle Rules the World," that title alone was like, wow, that's so profound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And the Minister Farrakhan talks about it often. We shape the minds of the future. We are the women of God. And so when we, think of how we want children to grow, who we want them to be, and have that mindset and have the right husband, with us, then we can accomplish anything that we set our minds out to.
right.
All right.
Absolutely.
So you ready with the first question, my love?
I am ready. I'm just, dropping links as we speak.
All right.
All right. And that first question, that second question that we had for you is, what was your inspiration to begin Invested Teas? And tell us a little bit about what Invested Teas means to you.
Okay. So in early 2020, um, I, I was coming out of a time where, um, if y'all know Brother Ben X, um, in 2018, like after I lost a job, I invested in one of his courses, and it set off the chain for me for entrepreneurship.
Okay.
And within that realm, I started to think about, well, I want to create shirts. So I invested in um, Godlywood Girl, and they had a t-shirt accelerator. And the program basically got me to start designing, just designing. The mindset that I had in creating shirts is you had to have a fancy warehouse, and you had to have all these things you really didn't need. All I need is my cell phone and my brain,
That's right.
literally. And so she with the course within the time frame that we were doing the program, I came out with my own logo. I came out with my first few designs. I looked at them and I fell in love. So I was like, "Oh, we need to, carry the fire here." So it's been a good year as far as designing, and every time something comes to my mind, I go right to Canva and throw and put a design together just like that, and next thing you know, I'm putting it in my store just like that. Literally takes nothing to do. And
Yes.
I thought that it was more complicated than it was. So
Mm,
even I had to overcome a bad mindset
yes.
All right now.
Yes, ma'am.
to
Living
be
in
able
America,
to
you have
get
to.
my designs in the mail and see them and just be like, that's me. I didn't copy nobody. That's my phrases. These are my designs, the
Mm,
fonts that I chose, and my label and my logo on the back. That's me. That's what I really love about creating. It's not even about the money, it's just being able to create whatever my brain comes up. That's what
Yeah.
fascinates me. That's why I'm
oh,
invested.
yes,
Go
Invested.
ma'am.
ahead. Go
See
ahead
that's
now.
what God do. God says be and it is. He
That's
pulls
Yes.
the
right.
universe out of his mind,
That's
so
right.
there's nothing that we
That's
cannot
right.
do when we set our minds right, and
Mm-hmm.
decide that this is the path that I'm going to walk and this is what I'm going to do, even though sometimes things get a little rough, and things don't necessarily sell as fast as we like or in the amount that we like, but when it's your passion, it's something that
Yeah.
you enjoy, then we start getting educated so that we learn how to grow the business. We learn
Right.
how, because see, business is warfare, and we can never forget that when we go into business. Sometimes you have to go to war with your own mind before you ever have to deal with an outside
Mm.
force. It's dealing with that force within that makes you sometimes want to give up.
Right. It does.
So we have to, if we keep that in mind and keep that positive energy and the passion and the reason why, your reason why you do what you do, and so I'm gonna let my husband go with the next question.
All right. So we got Sister Portia Perry in the building, and she is joining in
You
with us.
say. Hey, girl.
Portia, excuse me.
All right,
All right.
Portia.
She
I
said
have a
that
niece named Portia.
she said she loves
Aw.
to grow, and she believes that everyone has to overcome bad mindset. We must grow and find strength within. We've been joined by Sister Desiree Morgan
Hey,
uh,
hey.
as
Peace,
well.
peace and
And
Guess
blessings.
that's my two live crew right there.
all right,
All
the
right.
True Live crew. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what
You
I'm
got to
saying.
have your crew. You know, uh, I just brings to mind what you said. I mean, the shout out to Brother Ben and the ABS tribe
Yes.
for
ABS tribe.
inspiring us all. You know what I mean? Inspiring us
Absolutely.
all. I mean, we had been on the entrepreneurial journey for quite some time ourselves, but it was his course that helped us fine tune how we were going to do things on social media.
Right.
So I knew it was power in that, but not necessarily understanding how to use it to bring about the success that I really wanted. So that was a critical key in that, and just as you were speaking, it made me think about something that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan was saying. He redefined what fun is. And what he said fun is, most of us, when we think about fun, going to amusement parks and things like that. But he said, well, what was fun for God? He said, what was fun for God was bringing out of his mind what he saw in his mind. And he would call that fun, because bringing that creativeness out of yourself to see the design, to put it on the shirt, to do all those things, and then understand that the truth is it's not even all about money, because you can design the shirt with no money and actually do a print on demand. Right. You can actually do print on demand. So that's profound. That's profound. I mean, you just inspired me with that one.
And my two friends here, they'll tell you with my pet projects, Sister Nafisa knows about my pet project. It came from them two. My pet
Okay.
project, that I told them that it was something that was going on at work. We were singing, and I was like, I'm gonna go make a shirt out of that. And I turned around and did it. And that also became a brand. So, I'm thankful that I'm able to connect to my creativity and stop thinking so hard about how perfect it has to be. Because when I look at it, only a couple people have these sweatshirts. Only a couple people have a few of my designs. But guess what? I've never met them. I don't live where they live. That would make me happy. That
Yeah.
I may never ever see you, but you have some of my work. That's what I appreciate the most. I'm not in it for the bread. I'm in it because I'm able to do it. That's it.
Go ahead.
That's right.
On my travels, I just want to say this, just to show you the power of t-shirts and that business. I was in, I used to do the Black Expo scene a lot, with some brothers that I worked with. And there was this one particular brother, I can't remember his name now, but he had this shirt that talked about original black man, right? And he
Mm-hmm.
had a husband and the wife, and they was hugged up, and you could see the love. But on the back of the shirt, I remember one line. It said that by myself, I'm powerful. But with you, my black queen, I am invincible.
Oh wow.
Oh man. I'm like, brother, I gotta have that shirt. Look, I went the whole event and the brother ended up giving me the shirt that was a display. I was like, yeah. I kept that shirt for years, man. I kept that shirt for years because I loved it. And like you said, the positive messages on your shirt, they will last a long time. People will remember those things, and it will be their go-to. It's my favorite shirt. When I want to do this, I'm putting this on because this reminds me of that message.
Right.
All right. So
I would say this, like,
go ahead.
the message that I know is just invested on the back, but that is my favorite part of the shirt because when you see my shirt and you look in the back, you've invested 2 seconds of your time to read it. So in your mind, you're like, what they mean invested? So I hope that I make that kind of link and connection when people see my shirts and look at the back, even though they may not see the front, they look at the back and go, invested. You've invested 2 seconds of your time to read it. Thank you for your support. Thank you.
Okay, I like that. Sister Portia says that we are family and we are there to help one another. One fall, we have to hold each other up. We as black people need to support one another and stop hurting one another. I mean,
powerful words.
That's powerful right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I also heard my friend Jason here today. Good morning, sir. Good morning.
All right. Good morning. Jason. Good morning, Jason. What Sister Portia just shared, I will say this, and then I'm gonna move on to the next question because that sparked something. In the prolific book Message to the Black Man by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, if you don't have it, you should get it. It doesn't, whatever your religious philosophy is, every black person in the world needs to read Message to the Black Man. I'm just letting you know, it's that kind of book. But he said that we must understand the importance of operational unity. Okay. And then he also talked about what the sister just said, how you 5 or 6 of you get together, start a business, let the one who is the most intelligent in that particular field, whether it's a grocery store, a seamstress shop or whatever, the one that has the most knowledge on that, let them lead the way in regard to what you're trying to accomplish, but everybody jump in and do their part. And he says to spend collectively as the white man spends collectively, you do the same. Right. See, that's what happens even with our t-shirt businesses and whatever we're doing. The reason that it takes us so long to come up is because we're doing everything by ourselves. So it's other t-shirt people that in Detroit and wherever we're from. If we look, I know a brother, what's the brother's name from Panama? The brother Antonio. It's a Muslim brother named Brother Antonio. Brother Antonio is from Panama. And he said, brother, I can get you quality t-shirts dirt cheap from Panama. Quality t-shirts, he said. So imagine if all the black t-shirt designers got together, bought a shipload full of different colors of shirts, you can drop your costs way down. You can drop your costs way down and get more profit because you don't have to. That's what others are doing, and that will help us be successful even faster because we got to understand the need for group operations, meaning don't even buy food on your own. If you got a farmer's market in your neighborhood and you got a friends 10 friends, everybody use onions, everybody use garlic, everybody use this and that. If you all bought it in bulk, that'll even cut your food costs. So that's just something to think about. That's something to think about. Now we're gonna move on to question 3, and that is, and then my son gonna ask you question number 4, and that is, what were and are some of the challenges you face as an entrepreneur, and how do you overcome them?
Well, this is a consistent and constant uphill battle. So it goes in layers. So here we go. First, you have to get out of your own mind. Your outside external stimuli. It took me constantly getting tired of jobs and the situations, the millions of different situations you have going on at work that don't have nothing to do with your finances, and then you gotta face life every day. And like I said, Brother Ben saved my life back in 2018 after I had lost a job with his Money program. So the word entrepreneur flashed into my mind, and his programs are developmental. And for me, the success of his programs are in fundamental and developmental kinds of ways. So it took to the point where I had to get out of my own way and just let it flow. Now, after you get past your own self, then you have to get past the people who think who think they know you the best. That's your family. It be your own blood now. A lot of people in my family just do not know what I do. They have no idea. They perceive that I just be sitting around and not doing anything. But I'm like, I asked for this time in my life. I asked for time off in December, and I didn't know nothing about coronavirus. I asked for time off of work, and I have not worked since March. So and that whole time I was enjoying my life, and people was thinking that I wasn't doing anything, but I was slowly building my brand by healing myself, by being grateful for the time I had been given that I did not expect.
Come on.
And it gave me time to also invest in other things, in knowledge. So I was able to buy digital real estate with unemployment. With my unemployment, I didn't have no money. And I was like, okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is get the digital real estate course. So with all those skills that I learned over the summer, I started to embolden myself within my brand and just make sure that I'm straight, or my brand won't be any good. So it did look like I wasn't doing anything, but when God want to take his time with me, that's what he's gonna do. So then after you get past your family members and whatever else they believe, then you have to convince the strangers that what you're doing is sound, because they think you're crazy. They think what you mean you just sitting around here? My bedroom is my office. I sit. This is the corner of my bedroom right now. This is where I do most of my videos. I might be in the living room, but for the most part, I should be able to be comfortable to support my own brand. I should be able to be comfortable to do that. And a lot of people they cannot understand that kind of comfort. They can't understand that level of comfort that you have with your brand, where you're like, well, I'm just in my room chilling. This is part of building it. This is part of staying positive, regardless of what somebody thinks that you do in your spare time or on your business time, whichever one that is. Then you have to go back. The last layer is fighting yourself again, but it's fighting to put that cape on and save everybody, because you have not saved yourself enough to save everybody else. So you have to fight yourself a couple times. You have to fight yourself to do it. Then you have to fight yourself to not be everybody's hero. So I pride myself on not being a hero, because you become a martyr, and there's no reason for you to do that. Don't unnecessarily become a martyr trying to promote a lifestyle that nobody's really used to. Being an entrepreneur takes a lot of time and understanding. And that's why I promote the mindset, because I can't just tell you to go to the money. That's not going to work. You might not even have the mindset to handle that kind of money.
Come on now.
You might never. Some people look at $1,000 like it's a lot of money. If you're that kind of person, we can't cooperate because as an entrepreneur, I see it as 1,000 opportunities. You do not.
Go ahead now.
So it took a mindset to go, okay, $1,000 is not a lot of money. You can definitely invest in some knowledge. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people that know me probably would never do that. So you have to save yourself. You have to understand, well, this is why I'm investing $1,000. I don't have to tell everybody, but this is why I'm doing it. So that is the layers in creating that mindset that I cannot stress enough to people. You can't just jump into it like that. You're gonna have to have some. You're gonna have to sit down with yourself,
Mm,
and that's something a lot of people can't do. They can't sit down and go acknowledge their situation. They
mm,
won't look at it for what it fully is. And once
mm,
you do, you move a lot of things out of the way.
Right.
A
mm.
lot of things slide out the way
Yeah,
as long as you address yourself.
that's right. We're currently reading a book by Sister Wendy Sajda Muhammad, and I think that everything that you're saying is kind of wrapped up in these couple of paragraphs, and I just want to share it. Just wanted to share it. And for those of you who don't have this book, you can get it digital, you can get it physical, but I as entrepreneurs definitely feel like you should get it. And no, I'm not getting paid to tell you nothing. I'm just telling you that we finding value in the book. So I want to share with you what she said. And as my sister said, this is a woman that's a multi-millionaire on several levels with several companies.
Right.
Okay. And she started just like us. She had to start from the ground zero as well. All right. So she says, as an entrepreneur, you must learn to be responsible for the attitude and point of view that you bring to your business. Negotiations, hiring processes, high-end policies, processes, and concepts. Your thoughts and your mental stance taken together add up to your energy. Your energy influences your professional intuition. Thinking low energy thoughts, such as being jealous of another's success or angry because you perceive that someone is trying to take something from you, will cause you to see only choices that perpetuate that low energy state. Assuming a high energy stance of rising above the competition, seeking to deliver and create value to your customers, yourself, and the world at large will help you see and realize high energy solutions. As an entrepreneur, you must focus on creating good feelings and high levels of energy and satisfaction for your customers.
Right.
So, I mean, I think in the nutshell, she captured what you just said. She captured what you just said, because it's the energy and the passion that you bring to what you do that's really going to determine how far you go. We've all heard that your attitude determines your altitude.
Right.
And like you said, some people think $1,000 is a bunch of money. But this is the thing. As the minister said in Closing the Gap, he said this. He said, a mind will never receive anything that it is not prepared for.
Right.
So that's what the block is. And what you're talking about is removing that block from your own mind to allow the flow to come in, to allow the flow to come in. So thank you for that.
Let me add,
Go ahead.
To what you all are saying and what we just read. I think underneath it all is our faith and belief in God, and knowing that the power does not come from us, it comes from the Creator. And the more that we pull on the universal energies that He's given to us, the laws that He has put in place, and we lean onto that and not our own understanding, we'll find more success in our life, and then we can deal with the challenges along the way, because whatever sorry, the challenges, and we're gonna face them. We're going to face challenges on so many different levels, but knowing that God has already given us the victory, when we're walking in his light, when we're walking and doing his will. How do we know if we're doing his will? Well, when you're doing what's right and what you're passionate about, then you're doing God's will. What you do with being the positivity queen, you're reiterating the God force within each and every last one of us. When you say to enjoy the diamonds, it makes me think, well, what is a diamond? A diamond goes through, well, we're gonna get into that, but I want to, put my spin on that. But just being invested in yourself, and that's what it made me think of when I saw it, was invest in yourself, invest in the God within you. Right. And when you invest in the God within you, there is nothing on this planet that can stop you. It can be a hurdle, it can be a challenge, but it's not going to stop you. And if it does stop you, that means you're no longer with us. And that's when I look at things just in general. When I face challenges in my life, I'm gonna fight it until I win it, or the creator decide there's something else that he want me to do.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And my son, brother John B, gonna ask you this fourth question.
Good morning.
Assalamu alaikum. Nice to meet you, sister. Positive. Oh, Aisha. That's the truth. Okay, fourth question. What are some of your favorite T-shirt designs you have created, and what do they mean to you? And why is it important for people to wear positive reinforcement T-shirts?
All right, I'm ready for this one. All my clothes just got out the dryer. So this one is my entrepreneur shirt. It's a word tree, and I was explaining to sister.
We not your camera. I see your picture, but I don't see you. I see your picture. I don't know if you paused it or what.
Am I here? Am I here? Am I here?
No, I can see the picture when we started in. Let me make sure. No, because she's there, but it's not. It's frozen.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Try to refresh your browser. And then and then we'll come back with that question. Try to do that because I want people to see the shirts. We don't want them to just hear us talk about it. Okay. That's all right. All right, family. Well, we're gonna wait on her to come on back, and soon as she comes back, then we're gonna get back into that question. But I think we're having a powerful conversation already.
Yes.
All right. There she go.
Okay.
Now, that's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. I thought you had froze that picture there for a reason.
No.
Okay. All right. So now, family, if you all have any questions too, please feel free to type it in the chat. Let us know if you have any questions. If you are thinking about entrepreneurship, if you're thinking about t-shirt design, anything like that, please put it in the chat so we can have more questions to shoot at her. I mean, we ready with the loaded gun now. We ready.
I'm ready. I'm long-winded too.
Come on now. All right.
Go ahead, give it to us.
All right, so go ahead and tell us about your favorite t-shirt designs.
Okay, so this one is the entrepreneur shirt.
That was my favorite.
Yeah, so you can pack that one up because we getting that one from you. My wife,
good. It's on the store.
My wife wants that. Now she wants that one that you got. What size is that?
Oh, this one?
No,
that's
the one you just held up.
The entrepreneur.
This is you trying to take this one from me?
Yeah, what size is that?
That's a 2X.
There you go. Let's get it. You can get ready to take that one up. That's what I'm talking about. You can get them to pack that one up. See, you made a sale just because you came
Okay.
on. Okay, so there you go. That's
For
motivation.
anybody who's wondering, it's also in my Etsy store. I put it in the comments.
Okay.
If you click the link, it's an automatic 15% discount.
Okay.
So, like I said, I'm not about the money. I'm all about the message.
At the regular price. We want to buy it at the regular price. We
Oh.
know how that go. We want to buy it at
I
the
understand. I understand.
We know how
Go ahead and explain the t-shirt.
Go ahead.
I love that one.
Okay, so I wish I had my notebook over here, but I have the draw up of the design. I remember telling Sister Nafisa that in the digital real estate program they had a course that was being taught by 19 Keys. And he had on a shirt that was similar in design. And I said, I like those shirts, but I don't know what they're called. So I went looking around and I ended up calling it a word tree. So I was like, well, what do I want my word to be? Entrepreneur. What is an entrepreneur? So let's review. An entrepreneur, first and foremost, is a problem solver. If you don't have a problem to solve, you're not an entrepreneur.
Come on now.
You're visionary. That means you use your good sight. Sorry, I'm trying to work with the angles here. You're intelligent because you're not scared. You're intelligent. You're not scared to use your brain. You're brave. You're creative, inspired, encouraging, relentless, consistent, evolved, abundant, and determined.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Without all of these things.
Come on now. Come on
and
now.
then when I say that I had like a focus session where it only took me 20 minutes to come up with the words, the design, and I was right on Canva with it. And now it's in the store, and I'm like, and when I received it in the mail, I was so excited because one, I got to look at the back and I said, that's it, that's me. And then I turned back around, I said, that's me too, but that was me and God. That was special. That was special.
Indeed.
Now show the back of it.
Show the back of it. We want to see. That's what I'm talking about.
Nice.
See, I love that. I love that. I love that.
Thank you for your support.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Now,
absolutely.
I have another one as well. I have like a bunch of, but I'm only I'm not going to hold you all day with all these, but this is one that I'm waiting to come out. Is Knowledge is Still Power. But the Printify, their black hoodies are all out. So I only have black hoodies on my my Teespring page, but Knowledge is Still Power. I'm waiting for that one to come out. I might just do like a gray instead of a black because I'm not sure when they're coming back with those. Okay. But I love Knowledge is Still Power because that's what I had to learn in 2020. Like, okay, you're in a pandemic, but you were able to invest in knowledge. And that was one of the greatest things that I did last year. That enabled me to be positive the whole time in spite of a pandemic. That was my saving grace.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to share this, real quick. We've heard that term all our life, right?
Yep.
That knowledge is power. So I want you to do that one. But I got another shirt for you. You ready for it? Okay.
Yes.
Knowledge is power when it is activated.
Absolutely.
See, because there's a lot of people that know a lot of stuff, right? There's a lot of people that know, I know knowledge. I have a knowing of something. But how many people use what they know? You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people master mathematicians, but they don't use their mathematical skills other than trying to count a few dollars or something like that. So knowledge is power. But it won't be powerful for you if you don't activate it. So knowledge is power when it is activated. You see what I'm saying? So there you go. There you go. That's yours. I mean, you switch it how you want, but that's going to be that next level. So it's similar, but yet it's going to give another level for people to think about. Because a lot of people got knowledge. You can talk to, You may be able to talk to your grandmothers, your uncles, your aunts, and they got all this knowledge about a lot of stuff. But when you look at them and it's like, well, why they not using what they know? See,
Right.
because knowledge is just something that you get it, okay, right? We all know that, in 1492, Columbus declared the ocean blue. But what can you do with that? What can you do with that?
They're gonna look at the truth of it. That's for sure.
See, that's what I mean. What can you do with that?
Absolutely.
You gotta have the mindset to understand that you can create anything, everything around you. Like people always say that there's oversaturated markets, but I'm willing to bet you that you have two different water bottles. They do the same thing, but you have two different water bottles in the house.
Come on,
You have 3 pairs of scissors. It doesn't matter what color, what shape they are, they still scissors. So you can come out with your own designs. It does not matter.
Right. That's
you know what Go ahead. You said what?
I said, even if you use a template,
That's
make
right.
it from you. Make it from you.
Absolutely. Use your personality. And that's one of the things that Brother Ben and Brother Jake talk about a lot is your personality, who you are. And one of the things two things. Minister Ava Muhammad said that what God gives you can't nobody take. And what he takes, can't nobody give it back to you. So there's never a need to be jealous or envious of any individual on the planet, because what God has for them, he's going to give it to them and you can't do anything about it. And the other thing that what was I going to say? The other thing on that. There are 7 billion people on the planet. I can't service all of them. And neither can you. So, if we're working on 1% of 7 billion, that's still a lot of people, right? And so what we can do, like we were talking about earlier, is uniting, right? And you may have that mindset, but you got to work on other people to, like my husband was saying, buy in bulk, right? There's a brother, Brother Raphael, him and his wife actually moved to Mexico to develop a manufacturing company where they do T-shirts.
That's right.
Now, of course, you have to buy it in bulk or wholesale from him, and they haven't necessarily started the drop shipping part of it. But just think about it. The more that we support him, the more that he'll be able to grow. So if all the black T-shirt companies that are, using one manufacturer or another, if we funnel all of that to him, not thinking about his pocket, not worrying about, he might be making too much money. I don't know where we got that mindset from, but we've definitely have developed that mindset as a people. Oh, how much you gonna be making? Look, bring me up. Let me pay for my child to go to school. Let me keep a roof over my head. What's wrong with supporting one another in our efforts and what it is that we're doing? We all wear T-shirts.
Come on now.
And my husband and I, we definitely are investors when it comes to T-shirts. We love T-shirts. They're comfortable, and they're a statement. They really do make a statement. How many times have you been in the mall and saw somebody T-shirt? You'd be like, "Oh, that's cold. I like that." Because that's who, we are. We like stuff, and so therefore, supporting one another, even if it's just sharing your commercial, sharing your promotion. And liking your video, subscribing to your channel. These things help, especially digital real estate, for those of us who are working digital real estate. It's about getting our product out there, but it's also about monetizing our pages.
Right.
And we do that through likes, and we do that through subscribers and, things like that. And I don't know if everybody, our friends, know that those things help us to get monetized where they don't have to spend anything, but Facebook will pay us, YouTube will pay us. And so, I think we have to continue to educate them on that as well. But, You know, it's a lot of
Yes.
people on the planet. And so never think that not just you, but all of us have to really feel like we need to reach every last one of them, because we're only going to probably capture 1%. So if we're only capturing 1% of the population, we need to spread it far and wide. Some of our immediate family may see it 100 times a day, but hey, they can click past and
Right.
share it with somebody, because
Mhm.
if they share it with their friends, then that's going to allow us more exposure.
Yep.
You know, for those that are listening to this, and whether you listen now or in the future, when your loved one steps out with the bravery to be an entrepreneur, then the reality is that for me and in my household, I adopt that person. And what I mean, my son has a page called Black Anime and Comics, and he was blessed to speak with brother Ernest and sister Lily of NTP Cartoons, and he spoke with them, and they formed a partnership where he sells their DVDs now. Who you think was the first person to buy a DVD from him? It was me. That's right. I'm not just telling you that. Here it is, right here. Okay, I'm not just telling you that. I'm just saying that because what we don't understand necessarily is that when we empower the one with the strength to go ahead and forge the way, then when your t-shirt, I didn't say if now, when your t-shirt line becomes very, very successful, now I can reach back for my nephew, my niece, my cousin, my brother, my sister. We saw something the other day on Facebook, they got an order for, what was it, 100,000, 20,000, 20,000 t-shirts. The man had his whole family in there, and the grandmama was boxing up shirts. Okay, that's what
Everybody got to chip in.
it's a family operation, meaning what? That you might come up with the idea. But if
Right.
you come up with the idea, and I, as the family member now, can go ahead and get behind you, whether I tell people about your shirt, tell people about your brand, your family, your friends. But unfortunately, a lot of times we don't always get that support. But that's okay. God gives us the support we need anyway. Right. You got two that you call your dynamic duo. He gave you those two people so that you all can support one another. And see, then you stop bringing those alike energy and like minds, so they know, hey, I need a t-shirt design. You may be able to help inspire them or design it, see, for them, and charge them a little something. And then you all are just tossing each other money. I'm going to tell a quick story, and I'm going to be done with
Wait, let me say this.
Go ahead.
Also not going it alone
Right.
is important, because you may do the design, right? But somebody else may need to do the marketing.
Right.
Somebody else, can do that. Somebody else can, that's into graphic designs, can actually create a commercial for you. Right.
No.
And so, in digital real estate, they do talk about Fiverr. If your friends, are unable to do that, there are people on there who live in other countries where the US dollar goes a long way.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
for $5 or $10,
Yes.
you might be able to get you a really professional commercial made, and then for a few more dollars, you might be able to get somebody to do your marketing for you. So, we do have to reach out, because we're not, even though we do in the beginning wear multiple hats.
That's right.
He definitely wears multiple hats, but we can also reach out to other avenues to help push us further ahead in our business.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So my end of my story is this. My wife's father used to work for a Jewish man, and he had a suit shop and a men's clothing line. And so he sent my wife's father to go and buy something from somebody. But he specifically told him to go to Mr. Bernstein to go get it. And he figured that he's gonna save a few dollars, right? He know where to get that same thing for cheaper. He came back with it, and he was happy with himself that he saved a few dollars and got what the man asked. When he walked in the door, the owner of the shop said, "Where did you get that from?" He said, "I got it from such and such place." He said, "Didn't I tell you to go to Mr. Bernstein?" He said, "But I saved you such and such money." He said, "I didn't care about the money. I wanted you to go to Mr. Bernstein and get what I told you." And if I'm not mistaken, he had to take it back. Had to take it back and go to Mr. Bernstein and get what he said. Did your father get fired? He did. But that was a lesson. My wife told me that story years ago. That's the dedication that they have to one another. If that store was 50 miles away, he had to go 50 miles to spend with his brother. And that's the attitude that we should have with one another. We should search for somebody black first. I don't care whatever it is. Toilet paper, you own down. If we can't find nobody black producing it or selling it, then you go outside and say, "Well, couldn't get it. All the Chinese had it. Whoever had it, right? And I had to go that route." Okay? So that's fine. But that's how it should be. We should make a concerted effort to spend with one another. That is what the principle of Ujima is all about. Ujima is cooperative economics, creating an economic system among us, meaning that you are dedicated to doing that. And that's why we want to shop with you and get that t-shirt, because we're creating an economic system that we can support each other, so that way when my wife is wearing her entrepreneur shirt and they say, "Where you get that from?" we could say, "Get it from our sister over here." And that's what I invested teas, and she could turn and floss.
Look, I do that too now. I do that too when I put on that particular shirt, because it just says so much. And I know when people are looking at it, they're like, "What? Oh, okay. So I like that. I like that a lot.
Yes.
And I thank goodness that I was able to come up with that.
That's all right. So our last, I want to do the last question, then she can close out.
All right.
So we got one more question, and then we're going to let you have the statement of the day, whatever you want to say, and that is, how do we gain the winner's mindset as a beginning entrepreneur? How do we gain that? What do we need to do to gain that winner's mindset?
Well, first, I would say you have to remove your idea of perfection and bring in God's idea of perfection, which is you can do no wrong as long as you do right.
Go ahead.
As long as you do right, you can never do wrong.
See
so
that's
for me, yes, right. I'm gonna write that one down later on. So when I look at having a winner's mindset as a beginner, when you're learning the bare bones basics, you appreciate it more, you understand it more, and you navigate more and better. So I always tell people, for me, reading the Bible was the first example of me having a beginner's mindset as a winner's mindset as a beginner, because you're not going to go in just knowing a scripture. You're going to have to read. You might have to read the chapter. You might have to read the paragraph before it just to understand what the scripture means. But if you just going off spouting scriptures, well, I don't know what to tell you. It sounds prolific, but I don't think you fully get the whole bite of the sandwich, if you know what I mean.
Oh, now,
Right.
So if you don't, if I tell you, yeah, you should be an entrepreneur, you're gonna be like, what do you mean by that? So now I'm gonna have to break it down, because as a beginner, if you don't understand that, you're gonna fold at the first sight of a challenge.
Right.
And one thing that I always tell people is, if you're not challenging yourself in life, you're gonna be challenged in life. So you
go
gotta
ahead.
go ahead, challenge yourself. Challenge
Right.
yourself first.
Yes.
Go ahead.
That was a very
I'll
powerful
say
statement
that
right there.
again. Say that one more again.
If you don't challenge yourself, you're gonna be challenged in life. So you might as well go ahead and take it on head
Yeah.
first.
Beautiful.
That is true. I tell people
That is
all the
absolutely
time.
fantastic.
You know, you don't have to create no drama, because drama will be created for you. You know, so you don't need no extra. You know, but when you're pushing yourself, then you're not afraid of anything that comes in your way, because you've already challenged yourself.
Right.
You know, and you know you're able to overcome. You know,
Right.
that was very powerful, sis. I appreciate them words right there.
Thank you. Trust me, I stumbled a few times, but now I'm ready to enjoy the diamonds. So
Okay,
let's talk about that.
about that.
All right, let's
Come
end
on
with
now.
that.
Don't leave off here without telling us about that.
yes.
Go ahead.
So as a small backstory, I was working at a job, and I was helping a young lady. She was having a difficult time organizing her documents, and I was in an office setting. So I went up and out of the way to help her. And the other coworkers, they kind of antagonized against me because there was a line. And I'm like, if I don't help this young lady understand the importance of this moment in her life, she's gonna come in next year doing the same thing. And it was in a tax office. So I felt kind of upset that they were coming at me about helping this young lady. But I always think back to that moment and think to myself, now that even though I faced my coworkers having a problem with me helping her, that young lady walked out understanding how important her documents were, and that you can't just throw your papers around, because that's your life.
Right.
You have to enjoy the diamonds. That is the milestones in your life, the challenges in your life, the great things in your life, the abundance, the sadness, the tears, the fights. You have to enjoy all of those diamonds, because they are a part of you, and it is precious.
Yeah.
So when I say enjoy the diamonds, I mean every waking moment. If you're not trying to figure out how to enjoy it, even when you're not having a good time, you're not understanding how important and precious that your life is. And of course, in today's world, like I said, I live in Detroit. Even in the middle of a pandemic, people are still dropping left and right. And I wish that I could spread the enjoy the diamonds message across my whole neighborhood, because we don't need to lose people at a time where we're losing people.
Right.
So I took enjoy the diamonds personally, to the point where I was like, let me get on here and create something, so that when people see it, they'd be like, what is she saying? Because most of my shirts, I want you to think about it. I want you to think about what is said. It's not just the design. It's deep. Because most people wouldn't know what enjoyed it. They think that it's more on a like I'm talking about diamonds.
Right.
I'm not even. We're not talking about those. We're talking about the ones that are in your skin, not on them.
That's right.
Go ahead now.
That's right.
So,
Teach on that.
Go ahead.
So
I say enjoy the diamonds.
I have another question on your entrepreneur journey.
Mm-hmm.
On your not your website, but your page, your Facebook page, do you have like videos explaining what that means? Or
yes, and I think I explained that exact story a couple.
Okay.
It's back in. I would say it was maybe a year back. You can go back and find it.
Okay.
I guess so. Yeah, I don't have that many posts in the past year that I couldn't find it right away, but it's definitely a post where I put, that situation where I was like, well, I'm a person that likes to help people. I'm not going to let y'all take away from this moment, because I taught that young girl a lesson about her life.
Right.
And even if it meant taking a hit from other people, I knew what my purpose in life was that day.
Yes,
To
yes,
help
ma'am.
people by helping them to understand what I want them to understand about enjoying and understanding life and taking it more seriously. That I was willing to take a hit.
Right.
That's good.
I had to.
That's
had to.
right.
Good. She'll remember that.
Right.
She'll
I
remember.
hope she does, because if she come back next year with that, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay.
So you do taxes.
You again.
Look, you do taxes too, girl.
I'm just a secretary. I like computers, and I like to be able. I like data functions and all of that. I've always been tech savvy, but I'm an elder millennial this right now, because I've never done a stream or nothing. I still have a few things I have to put my toe into this year.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha. Well, you're at the beginning of the year, so you got a lot to go, right?
Have you
yes,
ever seen
yes.
Lord of the Rings? Have you ever seen Lord of the Rings?
Mhm.
You remember that part when what is the wizard name?
Gandalf?
Gandalf said that
yeah.
he pushed Bilbo out in front of he just barely nudged him to get out there with the dragon. Well, we gonna nudge you to get out there with that dragon.
Yes, I am.
Tired of us talking about where you go live, where you live at, where you live at. You go get
Yes.
tired of that. So I'm going live because he told me to go live. Then you'll get over.
That's right.
It ain't nothing to be scared of. You live right now.
I know. I was I was anxious, but I was excited at the same time.
Right now.
Yes.
So this is your first official live, and we just helped you along the way. So the next time you go live, just think about us, and that'll make it easier for you to walk on out on the floor and get it in. See, you from the D, so we know y'all step round now. So,
yes, sir.
So we know y'all stepping round now.
You know, and
you're the city that gets down.
Come on now.
Yes, ma'am. And just to say that you're very personable.
Yes.
You know, and your spirit is very friendly and kind. And I think that, you know, people will appreciate your voice in this hour that we're living in, because you are the positivity queen, because your mindset is not saying, oh, I got it, but I'm moving in this direction and this is helping me, and it will help you, you know, as well. So, you know, definitely you're offering a service, sis, that many of us need right now. There are some people that don't even know that they need this because they're so stuck in their old mind, you know. And so the more of us that are really working toward establishing the kingdom of God, anybody that knows me or watched any of my shows, they know that's the goal, is to establish the kingdom of God, because we're living in an hour where evil and wicked is being removed off of our planet. And so it has to be replaced with that positive energy, that good vibe, that God spirit, you know. And so success is there waiting for you to take a hold of it and just continue to spread it far and wide.
You see why I married her, right?
You
see why I married her, right? You see that? No, you can't. Give a shout out to Brother Jay Thorough. He said, surviving the pressure of life makes you stronger and more beautiful, Diamond. Keep shining, Kiki.
All right.
That's me, Kiki.
Now we didn't got the Kiki name.
All right. So sis, you know, just anything that you want to share, definitely share where we can connect with you on Facebook, Instagram, all that. But any closing thoughts that you want to share with those who are in this pandemic, but they are just a little bit afraid to jump on out there and do what they know that they can do. anything you want to share at all, please feel free to do so. And listen to our sister. Y'all be sure to support the Positivity Queen. Invested Cheese. Shout out.
So 2021 is the year of the prosperous. And I also believe you can prosper in a pandemic. And I always joke about this when I say it, but I'm real serious. If the government is still getting paid, you can. If these people are still starting businesses in a pandemic, you can.
Yeah.
It doesn't take anything for me to get on the internet and make a shirt and put it on. Nothing says, well, the pandemic says you can't put it in the store. No, if my God says I can. So you have to I think when one of the milestones in my life was understanding that a lot of people were experiencing the same mental turmoil that I was, which is why I created all this in the first place, because I was scared, because I didn't think that I had anything special. I didn't think that my creations were creative, but now I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, what would have happened if I had continued to embody that same kind of mindset? I wouldn't be wearing this shirt. I wouldn't have been holding up none of those shirts. We wouldn't even be here. We wouldn't be here if I didn't have the faith and put work behind it. Yeah. So if you want to work in your faith, you're gonna have to have some action. You're gonna have to have passion. And sometimes, folks, you're gonna fall out of love with your passion, but only because you want it to be better. So make sure that's exactly what you want to do. You have to understand that it's positive. Like, I'm the positivity queen, but negativity also has to play a part in life. I can't subvert it in any kind of way.
Right.
But positivity is returning to center for me.
Yeah.
So when you were down, you don't have to stay out. You might have fell down, but you don't lay there. Right? That's positivity. You get up. You get up. So the pandemic's taking you out. Get up. Yeah. Get up. Yeah. Even if that means just sitting up in the bed and putting a notebook in your lap. That's one thing that's my saving grace. Put a notebook in your lap. Talk to God for a second. Put on your favorite music.
Yeah.
Zone. If you don't get your mental right, you will never get past that wall.
Right.
And you won't even have to worry about your family or your friends. You won't be able to get past yourself.
Right.
Go ahead now.
So that's why I preach so much about the mindset, because none of y'all would have ever imagined Enjoy the Diamonds. That's my creation, right?
Right.
So if I didn't get past my own mind, we wouldn't be here today. So please, folks, I want y'all to understand, it starts and ends with you if it's yours. If it's yours, hold it close.
You're gonna put the link.
I did.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. You hit it right on the head with that. We got to get out our own way, and dig. You had said something earlier that made me think about the root. When a plant is growing, it's a shoot that goes down into the earth first. It gets its stability. It get its nutrients before it ever sends a shoot up. And that's that digging within yourself, cultivating the gift that God put in you, discovering what it is. And even, I know when I was younger, I was like, I don't know, who I am, what I'm doing. And, you just keep moving. You just keep walking. You keep trying different things until you find what it is that you're passionate about, especially for our young people, who just starting out. I've been around for a minute, so I've tried a few things. And so I've learned what comes natural to me. Sister Wendy, she said one of her abilities is her actual superpower. So I was like, oh, I love superheroes. So, I know my superpower. I have several superpowers, but one of my superpowers is my interaction with people.
Yes.
And that is a gift from God. And I didn't realize when I was younger that was a talent. I had friends that knew how to draw and sing and dance. And, I was like, man, I don't have none of those skills. But the skill that I have is truly a gift because everybody doesn't have it. We've all had ugly people to deal with when we go into public places and customer service, but it takes a person with skill to be able to calm, you know, an angry customer and bring solutions and resolutions. So, you know, just being within, learning who you are and cultivating the gift. So
Mhm.
we thank you so much for your time this
Yes,
morning.
yes.
We are grateful. We are really thankful for the connect,
Yes,
that
indeed.
now we are connected. We are family. You know, you
Yes.
lean on us, we lean on you. We support
right.
one another, you know, and we continue to grow as a family. So don't hesitate, you know, when you need a positive word, you know, in the midst of all the madness that we have to go through, you know, and I'll call you as well,
That's
you
right.
know, to just make sure that we stay connected. Okay.
That's right.
Yes,
That's right.
ma'am.
Well,
All right.
please let everybody know where they can connect with you on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you at. Let them know how they
Awesome.
get your shirts and everything, because we want them to support.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Absolutely.
All right. So my Instagram is the positivity queen with underscore before and after. My Facebook is just the positivity queen. The links are on the bio. They go straight to the store. I have a mini virtual mall right there on the link, so
All
you can go already get a sample of all of my favorite shirts right there. And thank goodness for technology, you know, to be able
Yes.
to put your own little mall on the internet for
Yes.
free. You didn't have to buy no store, nothing.
Oh, now, shout
I
out
love
to technology, man.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Well, sis, we have enjoyed you. We hope that we made you feel very comfortable, because we only talk to family around here.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
that's how we consider you. That's not just something we saying. When we adopt somebody, we adopt them. So you're officially a part of our tribe too now.
All right.
Yeah.
You're officially a part of our tribe too. And Sister Portia said that we are behind you with several apostrophes. So, I mean,
Yes. Love
exclamation
them so much.
you, yes. So that's what's up, family. So if we pray you've been inspired, we pray you've been uplifted. We know we've been gifted by our beautiful sister
Yes.
and what it is that she's brought to the table. And if you got to be invested in yourself, come on now, that's what it's all about. Invested
Yeah.
company, make sure that you all support our sister. And again, Queen, we want that shirt, so shoot us the link so we can go ahead, pay for it, and get it so I can put it on my wife, and we're gonna take pictures. You know, we're gonna be
Okay.
super model. All right. All right, Queen, you have a blessed rest of your day. You have definitely been a bright light in our day.
Yes.
As I look at
Thank
you,
you
you
so
remind
much.
us of our goddaughter, uh, uh, Ariane. You remind us of our goddaughter, Ariane. She got a company. What's the name of that?
I'll have to have her on the show.
Yeah, she do body butters and all of that.
Right.
We'll send it to you so you can look at it like, wow, that's a dark skinned me.
All related one way.
Yeah,
or
right,
another.
right. Well, you be blessed, Queenie. You have
Yes.
a fantastic rest of your day, okay?
Thank you to you as well.
All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
Peace and blessings,
Peace
Queen.
and blessings. All right.
All right. Praise be to
All
God.
right, family. We absolutely enjoyed our sister, and we pray that you did too. And we pray that you is inspired, because this is definitely the year to see the one destiny, the one truth, the one God within and without of yourself. This is 2021, the year that you need to see the one. Okay, so with that, family, we thank you for tuning in with us. Please share. If you're watching on YouTube, please go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you know when we go live. That's every Thinking Thursday by the grace of God.
Right.
We've enjoyed you all, and we pray that you've enjoyed us. Come on and join us for Love My Kidneys in about
40 minutes.
40 minutes. In about 40 minutes, we're going to come on over to Love My Kidneys, and we got another exciting show for you. So we're going to give you a little bit of sneak peek into that show. So if you're dealing with some kidney issues, or even if you're not dealing with kidney issues, you love yoga, you love working out, we're going to be blessed with our sister Shakila. We're going to be blessed with our sister Shakila Muhammad, and she's going to tell us movements that we can do to help improve our kidneys, strengthen them, and get them invigorated. So join us on Love My Kidneys, all right? Assalamu alaikum. May Allah continue to bless each and every one of you. Be the best because you are the best. And remember to let the spark in your mind create a new reality. Assalamu alaikum.
Peace, fam. Peace.